Welcome to Kerr 9000's Horror House.
Oh, how the times have changed. I remember Night Trap being the centre of a massive controversy over video game violence, with Nintendo actually calling it sick in court and saying that we would never see a game like Night Trap on a Nintendo console. And yet, here I am playing it on my Switch. That really spins me out when I stop to think about it. Last time I played the game was on my cousin's Mega CD, which was sat under his Mega Drive, functioning as one giant gaming machine, pumping its image onto a 28-inch TV with a back the size of a rhino's body. Yet now I have the same game with improvements on a small handheld machine not much bigger than the palm of my hand, with a screen included. For those who have played Night Trap, I'd say the move to handheld has not hurt this game in the slightest. In fact, I'd argue that it's a simple enough game, and with you being in control of a device which controls the cameras and traps in a house, the Switch actually feels like a device that could do something like that, so I think it's quite fitting. Now, this is one of those full motion video games, meaning that there's not a massive amount of game to it. You essentially change from one camera to another camera, looking for these gimp-like dressed stalking dudes who want to kill a bunch of teens. And if you can find them and press a button at the right time, you'll spring a trap on them, which will drop them down a hole or push them into a hole in the wall. And the idea is basically to defend the teens, catch the villains. There's not a lot to it. Sometimes the code colour for your handheld device will change, and you have to listen to somebody saying what colour it's changed to and change to an accurate colour. This game, to me, is more interesting as a piece of video game history than it actually is as a game. It's fairly simplistic, and yes, at the moment it's on sale for about £2.50, and that kind of feels the right price to pay. I can't see you playing it again and again. Yeah, you might play it a little bit to see some of what people do in the background, because there's a whole film's worth of stuff happening. You've got teens having conversations in rooms, pretending to sing with tennis rackets. You've got army men getting jumped on by these killer gimp things. But ultimately, like most full motion video games, you're not really doing a lot. It's just making the odd decision here and there. I think games have moved on a lot from this. And for a better example of games and video blurring, I'd recommend that you check out Charlie Brooker's Black Mirror Bandersnatch, which I've already reviewed on here. Okay, so Night Trap, interesting little piece of history, not terrifically good game. The thing that gets me though, if you play Night Trap and you look at the stalking creatures capturing people or you setting off traps, and you try and remember that people were absolutely outraged over this, it was a controversy making thing, with people calling it sick. This is tamer than the tamest horror you're ever going to see. It's, by nowadays standards, it wouldn't even make page 97 of a newspaper. And I guess it just shows, in some cases, people did used to be oversensitive when it came to games. Games were a kid's thing. Whereas nowadays, bring on the gore. Who cares? It's Kerr 9000 signing off. Keep on gaming.